But we have 23 participants right here. The turnout is really, really low. Please, let's go to our GSAP group and call our members to join. And as you are joining, ensure to change your device name. Okay, somebody. So, while we are waiting, Jisam Taiwo, are you on this call?
Hi, I am. Good
Okay,
evening.
great. Good evening. So, let's see, what is the time? This is 8:12. So by 8:15, we will begin. So, why we wait for others to join? Just a moment. So, good evening, guys. How are we doing? How has been the academy so far? How has been our day? We're not able to catch up fully on the group. So, just tell me in the chat box how you are doing, how has been your day, and how was the GSAT today? I can see a lot of comments in the morning and the evening stating that the GSAT was difficult. What's so difficult about it? So, can you just let me know in the chat box how your day went, how you are doing, and how are you settling in the academy so far? Very quickly before 8:15 that we will begin our session. Okay. We have about 36 people on this call, and I am only seeing just one person. Okay, all right. Okay. So let me know quickly how your day was. Wow, Adedokun says trying to find his two leg. This is day 4 already. So you should be getting used to the academy already by now. So, what's the time? 8:14. Okay. So it's difficult to find someone to talk to. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. What's wrong with day 4 task? It's not so difficult. It's just the usual task that we have always been doing since day 1. But I'm glad you guys are enjoying the academy so far. So this is 8:15. Jisam Taiwo, are you ready?
Yes, please.
All right. Please you have the Greenies, our topic for today is upcycling. So meaning you should I say you're going to have an experience of just a practical experience of what you've done today. That's basically your task was coined out of today's session. So our GSAM here will enlighten us more about upcycling, and I'm very sure you're going to see amazing stuff. and I hope it's going to ignite your creativity to how you can use your waste to upcycle. So please give a round of applause for our GSAM Taiwo, who is going to be our facilitator for tonight's session. Please, in the chat box, a round of applause for our GSAM, who is going to take us on upcycling tonight. And I can bet you are going to enjoy it because it is so colorful and it is amazing. So, GSAM Taiwo, please, you have the floor. Welcome, ma.
Yes, thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Greenies. Good evening, G Sam star on the call. Right. Jisam Mubarak is going to present my slides. So, Gigi Sam, you can please make him a co-host. So good evening once again, guys. This evening, when I was going through your submission, please can you confirm you can hear me? Please, you can just text to the chat room that you can hear me, or you just give
Yes,
me
we
a
can hear you.
direction. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you. So as I was saying, this evening I was going through your submission, your GSAT submission this evening, and I can see the first task said that you should give like a very nice description of what and how to an upcycled material that you found. And I can see a lot of you give very beautiful and awesome descriptions of some work of art, because I like to call upcycled materials work of art because it shows people's creativity. And that's going to be the please let's work on getting my slides up, please. So this shows how this sums up what we're going to be discussing this evening. um Creative repurposing, right? So upcycling, you can easily call upcycling creative repurposing, which says that materials that you've had, that you've owned, how do you become very creative to make sure that you extend the life of these materials, right? Yesterday, Gisam Balikis, during the class yesterday, solid waste management, she talked about how do you know when a waste, no, let me not say waste, how do you know when a certain material can be called a waste, right? So before you can consider a material a waste, you have to ensure that there is none or there is no um, value again for this material, right? So, and yes, we can also I'm back. Please, can you still hear me? Oh, okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you. I was trying to read somebody's text in the chat box before I was logged out. I said we can also call upcycling, we can easily call it creative repurposing. And if you look at it, what does repurposing means? It means that a to give value to a particular material, to a particular thing, could be any type of thing, to give another value to this thing, right? For example, let's say I have a jean jacket. The original use for my jean jacket is to wear as a shirt. I could style it however I want. But let's say my jean jacket became a little bit fitted for me. It doesn't serve the purpose of wearing as a shirt, to give me the vibe that I wanted or want. What do I do? Do I just throw it away because it doesn't fit anymore? Right? So if I take this my material, my jean jacket, I take it and maybe change it into something like a tote bag or something like a shoe cover. That's me giving it. The original value of that material, of that my jean jacket, is not is to wear, right? So when I change it into a tote bag, that's me giving it another value to carry books, to carry laptops, to carry phones, chargers, and all of that. So I have taken the value from a clothing material to a fashion material. That's me giving it a new purpose, right? So, and that's the whole point of upcycling. Please, can you confirm you can see the screen? Because I can. Please, the next slide. So on the next slide, if you take a look at the next slide, you're going to see a jar of cookies. You're going to see a fan ice bottle and a blue band, container. So originally, this jar came with cookies. It's a cookie plate. The cookie plate. You get it. You have cookies inside of it, and I'm very sure that we're all Nigerians, or maybe not all of us. We are all Africans, or maybe not all of us. I don't know the demography of people on the score, but I am very sure at some point you have a particular jar inside, a particular blue band plate in your house that normally came with blue band, but now it's a container for soup, container for gari, container for every sort of thing. Same with blue band, same with fan ice, container. So this simply is what we call upcycling, right? We've given them a new purpose, right? So we've given them a purpose of storing soup, purpose of storing different materials. So this is what we call upcycling. It's just you to be, it's you being creative with what we have. Before you make a decision that, oh, I have a material, does this material qualify to go into the garbage? You thinking, what else can I make you do with this material, right? I have a video I would like to share to play. Um, Jisam Mubarak, please, could you show my video now? Let's have like a 1 minute video so people can see how the extent to which creativity can go. Please, if you can. Okay, okay, okay. All right, please, guys, please pay attention and take a look through this. So this thing you're looking is probably a bottle for lotion, right? They take more than one, about four or five together, used gum to join it together, and it's serving a purpose of cutlery store. And this is also a lotion a lotion jar that is being repurposed into a small wallet, you know. So you can keep things like erasers, sharpeners, if you have kits inside of them, right? In different and various colors, right? I think that's the end of the video, right? So let's go back to my slide, please. Just Barak. So to be exact, I'm going to like give it. So, yeah, I'm going to now say that some people can think of cycling is like I gave an example of my of my jean jacket that doesn't fit anymore. If I take this jean jacket and I turn it into a rag, have I really upcycled? I mean, I gave it a new purpose of cleaning, but is that really can I really call that upcycling? I would like a few response in the group in the chat box. Not at all. Yeah, this is fantastic. There's no time I would have asked you to tell me why you think so, but I'll answer that. So I wouldn't call it upcycling because that's the value I gave to it has already diminished it, right? I've already given it, because if you have a clothes that you're using for cleaning, I assure you that it will not last long, before it will end in the garbage, right? So before you upcycle, so you have to think about, I want to give this thing a new life. Do I just want to give it a new life, or do I want to give it a life that's going to extend? The purpose of upcycling. I mean, I could always like just trash it. It doesn't fit me anymore. Nobody's going to blame me if I, throw it away, right? But as an as somebody that knows the worth of upcycling and what, the extent of waste, of holding on to waste, right? You have to think, this thing, before I throw it away, I have to give it a value that is going to extend its life, right? You don't just say, oh, okay, I have a shirt, let me just turn it to a rag or something I can use. If it's still very new, you can change it to something that you can use to extend its life. If I have the tote bag and a jean, I can carry it over and over and over and over and over and again. I will wash it, keep it again, till, iron it, till another time I would want to use it. Not just throwing it somewhere and saying, oh, I have upcycled, right? Please, I would like to go to the next slide. So now, there is always a question about upcycling and recycling. Um, Yesterday, I think this Balikis would have, done justice to recycling yesterday and maybe upcycling. But I would like to also, point it out to us this afternoon. Upcycling involves the transformation of any. Please, can you see hear me? Somebody is saying they can't hear me. Uh oh. Please, can anyone hear me? Yeah, okay. So upcycling involves the transformation of any old materials into new materials without degrading the value or composition of such materials. Recycling, on the other hand, involves breaking down the material, probably devaluing it and producing new materials. Now, so all the example, if you look at the video that was shared earlier, the materials are still maintaining their original, like I can say, look, their original nature, right? The plastic container you saw earlier, they were not like devalued. They were joined together to form new thing, right? Sometimes we can have clothes, tote bags example that I gave to, it still remained the value of it's a jean jacket, just in another shape, right? So when we talk about upcycling, these materials are not, transformed. I would say transformed, but they are not like broken down before they are transformed. They still maintain the value. You can still tell from the look of them that, oh, is probably made this is made from a plastic, maybe a white plastic, a jean, you know. But if we talk about recycling would, take this material, break them down into very smaller parts, then remold it into something else. We can have a different types of bottle remold into a bucket, remold into a hand fan, remold into, different type of things, right? But upcycling is going to still maintain the value of this thing. You will still be able to tell that this thing is made from this particular material, right? So that simply extends the difference between recycling and upcycling. From the merging of the word, from the etymology, you can say up, upgrading something, and recycling, like something, redoing something. I think that should give you a sense of differentiation between them. So yeah, please, next slide. Next slide, please. Okay, so I have some example here to help us understand better. I said paper gets recycled into either a carton, building insulation, or newspaper. Recycling can happen more than once and rely upon the product, although there is, some loss of recuperation each time. You know, metal cans can recycle into bicycle parts and car parts. So yeah, now, everybody know what newspaper looks like. Honestly, sometimes egg crates may not be from newspaper, right? And that's because it has been, it has gone through series of process before it's molded into a egg crate, right? So, but for upcycling, you would be able to tell at an instant, at a go, that, oh, this thing is made from this. It doesn't have to be broken down into any base level. It does not have to. You just will know that this is from this. But for recycling, it will be broken down to the barest form before it is now, molded into something new. I have another example. Metal cans can be recycled into bicycle parts and car parts. I mean, you can't say, oh, let me. Oh, I have a ring on this bicycle. Maybe it's you know from a Coca-Cola can. You can't tell. Different types of metals may have been joined together, remolded together to form something. But for upcycling, you're going to tell straight up. You know, we have there's this thing Plug in Nigeria did a Christmas tree from green bottles. This 7 Up team bottles, they are green, something like that. If you hold this and you will be able to tell that, oh, even though these bottles are shredded, you will be able to tell that these are um plastic bottles, right? Please, next slide. So the point is to take something old and no longer wanted and make it into something new and more valuable, or something that serves more, yeah, than making glass bottles into jars, into, right? So the whole point is to be creative. Also, we have examples of people using shred, shred from clothes to design some artworks that are going to be, you appreciate creativity when you see these things. So upcycling is just to be creative. You could do anything. It's not boundless. You can do anything. You can create anything. It gives you the ability to create yourself. You have an idea. Oh, I have some old clothes. I have a old clothes that I have before. I don't know what to make use of it. Just go online, look for possible ways to recycle things, bring them together, create very fascinating things, beautiful things. You will even be, you feel proud of yourself that, oh, I did this. You have tires. We've had examples. They sell tires that old tires are remodeled into um lounge tables, different type of tables now. So you would be even feel proud of yourself that, oh, I did this and I didn't spend much. I mean, they're just like tires I owned before, clothes that I owned before that I repurposed into this thing. So upcycling gives you, aside from the fact that it's help the environment, it gives you a sense of, creativity, a sense of, of pride that, oh, I did this, beautiful things before, you know just like that, right? Please, next slide. Because of time, now we have the ecological value of upcycling. We have environmental conservation, natural resources management, and it also saves energy. Now, so talk about environmental conservation. So now imagine, um, okay, let me give an example. I like to give this example. Um, every year in this country that we have we have NYSC. Every year, clothes are given out to people, to core members every year. And believe me, once this, if you have any, ex core members or current core members, once you are done with your uniform, you don't want to wear it anymore. Both the shirt, the cap, the belts, the trouser, everything. Imagine, I don't know, we have about, if not up to a million of thousands of people do NYC every year. We have that much clothes go, you know, into the system every year. That's much clothes into the system. And believe me, when people are done with NYSC, I mean, it will look even awkward for you, and somewhat weird if you're not a core member, but you're wearing the uniform out, right? But if these clothes can be recycled into something like, if you take your jacket and recycle it into very nice purse, a very nice shirt, nobody is going to know that this is your NYC. I mean, they would know, but nobody would care. Nobody would see it as, oh, maybe people may not even tell at a first glance that, oh, this is, except you tell. I mean, they can see the materials are everywhere, but it's you knowing that my jacket will just, be turned to a rag, but now I have it in a very nice box. I have it in a very nice tote bag, in a very nice art, very different kind of things, right? So these limits our waste. instead of these things, these clothes going into the, the dustbin, the dump sites, it's still in the system. We're still using it. The life of this clothes are still being elongated, right? So it's actually it's very good for the conservation of, because every time they're trying to make these clothes, they are trying to take from the natural resources to make these clothes, right? Woods are taking, but if we recycle these things, oh, they're still in the system, right? But they're not going straight into the garbage, into the dump sites. Their life is still going to be elongated. She gets. So we have okay, I think I have taken this with natural resources management. I mean, it's still going to, we don't have to use a lot of materials. Sometimes upcycling, you don't have to, companies making materials are not going to use a lot of materials. I mean, if I have like, if I use my jean jackets to do tote bag, I take my friend's own to do tote bag, I take my whole jacket to do tote bag, I take my shirt to do slide for myself. I mean, I don't have to. If I would normally get 5 tote bags, I already have 3 from my, from my house. That has limited the natural resources that is going to come from wherever it's coming from. So we have, done something. We have limited the natural resources coming from wherever they are coming from, right? So we have, it saves energy, because if you want to, this thing goes hand in hand, right? The whole point is, if you upcycle, you're going to save a lot of things. You're going to save the natural resources. You're going to save energy, because before the natural resources are converted into what they are going to use energy, lots of energy. And if you don't need these things, you have an alternative for it. The energy is going to be conserved. Are we getting it? So this is how it is. If you upcycle, you are saving a lot of things. If you upcycle, you are protecting a lot of stuff, and you're also going to feel proud of yourself that, oh, I did this, I did this, I did this. Right? Please, next slide. Jisam Mubarak. So we have social and economic benefit of cycling. Aside from, because I know somebody's already thinking, okay, after that one call, what else? It's not even going to bring me money, right? Well, honestly, it's going to. It depends on you. It depends on how creative you want to get, right? We have a lot of people that are doing beautifully well in the upcycling space. We have people doing beautifully well. You can call me. We have, like I said earlier, Taya. There was the other time I went to this mall in Lagos, and you won't even know that this is this because of the level of creativity of people. I saw tires in a very big mall. I don't know if you know Okamo, in a very, very very ornament. How do I say? It's very very pretty. And if you know that, if you're very familiar with how tires look and how upcycled tires look, you won't know. This thing is very, very beautiful. And if you see the price that this thing was quoted, you'll be like, who? So it depends on how creative you want to be. I see people pay money to go look at upcycled work of art, work of art that are like made from upcycled materials, from upcycling. So it depends. There are lots of socio-economic importance to upcycling. It depends on you, on how creative you want to be. So that's why I said upcycling is boundless. You can explore to any extent, to every extent. You can explore. You think of things. You can go online, think of things on I have this material. You may not even know I have this material. Before you throw it away, think about, what can I do to this material? What can I do? Sometimes you see, sometimes in December, I saw one of our friend in Plug in Nigeria. She was carrying a an upcycled bag from a trouser, and I was like, if she had something, if she had this particular tote bag with her, I'm going to buy it immediately, because it was just too pretty. Right, it had the button side of a jean. It had it on the body, and I'm like, oh, people are going to stop and stare and say, oh, look at this, right? So economic importance. So we have behind every upcycled item, there is a producer who emphatically has confidence in a degree of craftsmanship and creativity. And this is what I'm saying. You have to be creative. Go online, use AI, check how creative you could be. What can I do with this thing? I have an old bed sheet, I have a old face cap, I have a old belt, I have a old glass, I have a old bottle. What can I do? What can I what can I bring out of this sense? You check it, look at videos, try and draw some things, and boom, you have something. And you could even be, if it's too fine, too pretty, people will want to buy it. And that in itself, you've earned yourself some money, you know. And before you know it, they start saying, "Oh, Arise wants to speak to somebody that is using tote bag to build house or tote bag to construct cars." Right? Bottles to construct cars, right? So it's also reduced manufacturing costs. So if you want to, let's say you have like the example of the NYC tote shirts that I've given. If you call, okay, I have a center that is collecting NYC shirts, old shirts. People are going to bring it to you, give you some money. This is the idea that I'm giving to you free of charge. After this call, you should come and give me what's it called now? So you have a center that is collecting the shirts, making it into something like this, something like this, something like this. You're not spending much money to get materials. I mean, other materials you can get, but the whole bulk of the materials you're getting it. So right, your production cost has reduced drastically for clothes that are already in circulation. Please, next slide. So we don't have much time. Then personal benefit of upcycling, do your bits for mother nature. This cannot be overemphasized. You feel the sense of, oh, this thing I have just saved, something. I have just saved in natural resources that should still be there, right? Nothing beats warm and fuzzy feeling you get inside when you've done something great for the planet. Honestly, I believe that every one of us join the Green Switch Academy to know what can I do, right? What can I do also? I mean, you've seen the whole points, you've seen the description of what the academy does, and you still registered. You're still on the space, even though the structure of the thing, you're still here. That means you have something you want to do, and this is like an avenue for you to do it. You may not be somebody that can start doing evangelism, green evangelism of, okay, this is how to save mother heads. But in your small space, you can, I have sown something that is supposed to go to waste. I've saved it. And I'm actually looking forward to, after this class, I'm looking forward to the beautiful creations, because I know we have like an upcycling test. Is it test now? Task at hand. So I'm looking at the beautiful creation that every one of us would submit tomorrow. So you do something right from here. I can do this, I can do that. I have this, I have that. Let me combine it together. What can I make? Beautiful vases, beautiful tote bags, beautiful caps, beautiful belts, beautiful bangles. We have somebody make bangle, earring. I have one of them, earrings from coconut shell. Is it shell? Coconuts. You know what I mean? So we have different types of this, of things like this. Could be from anything. So you then crafting repair skills. Pick up a needle, thread and learn how to patch those drains. Grab a hammer and those needs to fix that bedside table. Yeah, thank you so much. Just some gifts. All of these things. You just have to be creative, and this is it doesn't even you don't even need extra skills. I mean, I can say that 80% of us on this call can actually use a thread and a needle to fix your button is, to fix it. You can use, when I did Green Switch Academy, because I did Green Switch Academy too, my upcycling task was from my mom jean dress, and I made a tote bag. And I can tell you, I did my academy, I can't remember, but yeah, the third academy, sha. And my jean bag, I just gave it. I forgot it in my friend's place. Till 2026, I still have it. My mom had already, like, the her jean dress is already a bit old for her. But after the class, I felt like, oh, let me do this thing. I used although that time me, I used a machine. I didn't use my hands to sew it. So, but then the whole point is I still have my bag since like 2019. I'll be 2020, 2019. I still have the bag. This is like 7 years after. I still have the bag. I can remember I added some red paint on my tote bag. So that's the whole point. You can be as creative as this is like a space for you to be creative, a space for you to use what you have to get beautiful things, to create beautiful things. This is for you to, if you want to be, everybody that wants to be a founder, okay, I want to be a founder, I want to be a CEO. The avenue for you to be a CEO. Bring something together, create your own design. If it's too pretty, I assure you people would, roll with it, and people would want to purchase and want to, have your stuff. Imagine saying, oh, what am I wearing? I'm wearing Adeleke Zainab's um art. How beautiful would that sound? And it starts with, thinking of what can I do with this? What can I do with what I have? Right. Please, next slide. Shock the world, create something, become an upcycler. So, like I said, when I said Adeleke, I'm wearing Adeleke Zainab Ajuwon, you would be like, are you not shocked? Like, oh, somebody, you feel this. Oh, they're calling, somebody's wearing a dress, a hat, a wristwatch, an earring, and they're saying, that's me. So be creative, repurpose thing in a very creative manner, shock the world, be an upcycler, create. Look at this picture right beside my text, shock the world, right? This is a beautiful work of art. I mean, you can see a beautiful lady with, very floral, nice floral earrings. So you can tell this is very, very pretty and beautiful, right? This is an upcycled work, right? So do a lot of things, do amazing things. This is a space for you to be creative. Like I said, if you wanted to be a CEO, this is where you can be a CEO. You know, just do something very nice, very pretty. And tomorrow, I'm going to be on the call. I'm still on the group. I don't want to see you cutting water bottle and putting pencils and pen inside it and call it upcycled. I mean, every one of us know that after you submitted, you're going to throw that away. Do something very beautiful that I would want to come to your house to take it. Do something very fantastic that will be wow. And that's when we would know that, oh, you are trying to be creative, you have been creative, right? Do something beautiful, do something extra beautiful, do a lot of things. Somebody's saying outside commands innovation. Yeah, innovation, it's commands innovation. You should explore, try a lot of things, try different things. I want to see you build bags tomorrow, fit arts tomorrow. And I would also, okay, this time is going to communicate that. So please be creative, be extra creative, be very creative. The upcycling world is still very open, it's still very accommodating. You can do a lot of things. You can, do beautiful and amazing and fantastic things. You can build different type of things. It just boils down to how can you be creative? What can you do to be creative? And I have said there are a lot of tools. You can go on YouTube, ask Gemini, ask Claudia, ask any AI. They are going to give you ideas, right? It's just for you to think of, okay, this they gave me this idea, how else can I make this more fantastic and beautiful? So guys, do I have any other thing on my slide? I don't think so. I think that's the end of my slide. And greenies, thank you. This is going to be the end of my conversation with you. I'm going to see you on Friday again. Thank you so much, Jisam Rafia. It's nice to have you guys this evening.
Thank you very much, Jusam Taiwo. That was such a wonderful presentation. Thank you for your time. Really appreciate it. Greenness, please help me thank Jusam Taiwo in the chat box. It was really an amazing session. Even as a Jisam, I was wowed at some point when I was seeing some creatives. And I bet if you actually understand everything she have said by now, you should have been like me, having so many business plan in mind. So thank you very much, Jisam Taiwo. It's really a pleasure having you here. So please, does anybody have a question before we move to WhatsApp? We are already far behind schedule. Thank you very much, everybody. So I think so far nobody still they have any question. Okay, so I think with that we can move back to WhatsApp. Thank you all for joining, Greenies. Thank you, G Sams, for joining. It's been an amazing evening. Thank you, everybody. So that will okay. We're explaining the question. All right. In case you have any question, feel free to drop it on the WhatsApp channel. It will be attended to. So thank you very much, guys. We can now start leaving the call and head to WhatsApp.